What if I told you that Ghana's story does not begin in Ghana at all? Long before the modern nation appeared on the map, there was an empire far to the north, a kingdom so powerful and so rich that desert traders spoke its name with awe. This was the ancient Ghana Empire, rising in the 6th century. Its rulers carried the title Ghana, which meant warrior king. Gold poured from its mines, traded for salt, cloth, and horses, and carried across the Sahara by caravans that stretched for miles. But even the greatest empires can fall. By the 13th century, Ghana's glory collapsed under invasions, rebellions, and the rise of the Mali Empire. The name Ghana faded into legend, remembered only in stories. Centuries later, a new chapter began, not in the desert, but along Africa's Atlantic coast. When the Portuguese arrived in 1471, they saw rivers glittering with gold. In 1482, they built Elmina Castle, a fortress of stone that became a center for trade, first in gold and ivory, and later in something darker, enslaved human beings. Soon, the Dutch, Danes, Swedes, and finally the British all fought to control this land. For over 400 years, the region was called the Gold Coast, its people exploited, its wealth carried away on European ships. But no foreign rule lasts forever. By the early 20th century, the people of the Gold Coast were restless. Strikes, protests, and movements for independence grew stronger. At the heart of this struggle stood a bold leader, Kwame Nkrumah. Charismatic, determined, and unafraid, he demanded not just freedom for his country, but unity for the entire African continent. His voice became the cry of a generation. And then came the turning point. On March 6, 1957, history was made. The Gold Coast cast off its colonial name and became Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to win independence. The choice of name was no accident. It was a deliberate return to greatness, linking the new nation to the ancient empire of the warrior kings. But freedom was only the beginning. Nkrumah built schools, roads, and dams, and dreamed of a united Africa. Yet economic struggles and political opposition mounted. In 1966, he was overthrown in a military coup. What followed was years of instability, coup after coup, leaders rising and falling, and a nation searching for direction. Then, in 1981, Jerry John Rawlings took control. First as a military ruler, then as a president elected under a new constitution, Rawlings brought economic reforms and opened the door to democracy. By the 1990s, Ghana had found stability at last. Power began to pass peacefully from one leader to another, rare in a region long scarred by unrest. Today, Ghana is known as a beacon of African democracy. It is rich in cocoa, oil, and gold, yet richer still in culture and history. From the empire of the warrior kings to the struggles of colonial rule, from the cry of independence to the triumph of democracy, Ghana's journey has been long and filled with trials. And maybe that is the greatest mystery of all, how a name once lost in the sands of the Sahara rose again, reborn in a modern nation that continues to carry the spirit of the warrior king.